Hello everybody and welcome back to East Memories of Celceta. And what's up here? Well, looks like Remnos is fine, so we don't have to worry about him ever again.
Yeah.
So, you know anything else about the bad guy's plans? I mean, how are you feeling? Yeah, well, you got us some info. You suffered a whole lot of pain. It's all part of the heroing business. Oh, no doubt he did. He's still a soldier. Well, this is the end of Karna and Remnos' character story in this version of East 4. Long may it perish. I've already stated my feelings on the treatment of Karna in this version of East 4, and I stand by my opinion even after all these years. Especially after playing older games that even did things differently, like Emerald Dragon. Well, it's worth giving it a try. The demands of being a musician. Sorry, Bard. This is your curse. They kept on asking me to play something called Freebird? Whatever that is? Let's see what the Ruse have to say first. Metal, play me some metal. I do not care that it is a harp. Harp metal is okay. Alright. This sound makes my combative spirit wither. Well, so everybody's a critic, I guess. I thought we'd need a flute to wake him up. Yeah, we find the mask, but some assembly is required. Yeah, they might have blown everything up. Oh. Yeah, Lisa has been missing for a while. Oh, what's we got? What this? Uh-huh. Galbalons. We know about this from Ark of Nepishtim. Galbalons can only be defeated using Emulous weapons. Uh-huh, sure. Wish I had another Rhoda seed. Sorry, Remnos, you are not the 7th party member. Good luck, Remnos. Have fun with that. Ancient, modern, it's always a battlefield. But we're gonna have to adjust my party for that. Rhoda trees are good people. Oh, so the interesting visitor isn't Lisa. So now we're going to finally explore the ancient battlefield. I kinda skipped right through it to go straight to Ulduk the first time we passed through the area. But that's because there wasn't really anything I wanted to grab right then. But since we're going to be going through there anyway, it's time to take a bigger, better look at what's there to pillage. Also, there are some enemies that would have been pretty nasty there if I tried to fight them back when I was first heading through. Not these guys are just basically goblins. It's the big guys that are the problem. Big area attacks, poison breath, that sort of thing, but they're not too terribly difficult to stun with the right skill use. So this isn't a particularly huge overworld area, but it can be pretty dangerous. There are some worthwhile treasures to be picked up around here, so we're going to be searching for those. Plus there are plenty of mats, as always. Yeah, there's some gold ore. Yeah, that breath doesn't actually poison you, it just stuns you, and there's no real protection against that. There's no official status ailment for being dazed. There's no icon for it. Oh! We are going to equip that on Adol right now. But these giant pig, ogre, troll things also drop titanic bones, in case you were looking for more of those. Also, the goblins shoot fire arrows, which is a damage over time with shorter duration but more damage. So this place can be really hard going if you try to explore it the first time you get here, but after you finish the 2 dungeons that I just beat, you shouldn't have too much trouble getting around. That may have been overkill, but I don't care. Ah, the Sage's Diadem. This is an experience booster. Since Frida right now has the lowest experience and she's not in the active party, we're going to give it to her for the time being. I never give that item to active party members unless there's something I'm really looking to do. And Adol got set on fire again. That's his natural state anyway. Just a potion, nothing special. Hey, what are you doing here? How did you get here? Been a while, though. Well, we might know a place. Well, if you insist, you're your own boss. So, Gazok can do everything any shop can do. He can craft accessories, he can sell you weapons and items, he can refine materials, and... Oh! That's just the door monster from the final dungeon of Ark of Nepishtim. He's not actually that tough to beat. Just guard, whack him a bunch, guard. You can dodge if you want to, but you don't have to. Yep, he's also a Galba, but a somewhat weaker one. Right, so that means Adol stays in the front for the entire dungeon. Oh, it's you. Yeah, we finally caught up to Lisa. Yeah, this is the East equivalent of an Umbrella Incorporated laboratory. Okay, these little floor turret monsters are also minor Galbas, so you have to knife them. The rest of the enemies here can cause problems because there's an enemy type that's fairly common around here that can cause misfortune. While you're not going to be buying any more weapons and armor, you may still want to be spending money on accessories or modifying weapons. So try to preserve your cash if you can. I know there's an item that protects against misfortune, and I probably should have equipped that, but I guess I couldn't be bothered. More fool me. Aside from the misfortune, though, the enemies in this area aren't particularly tough. Oh, there's Lisa. One of the things about this dungeon, and the reason that makes it so lengthy, is that there are a lot of lengthy side passages in here that lead to some very, very useful treasures. So while it can take a while to explore, you're gonna wanna. Are you sure we should be standing so close to Saul when he's like this? Yeah, who cares if you're okay? What's going on? Oh, a Berserk Galbalon. That's not gonna cause us problems. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. You know, between this and Oath and Felgana, it's never a good thing when Galbalons want to talk. He can speak, and something's troubling him. But we can't do anything about it because he is literally invincible. Yeah, Galbalons tend not to be talkative things. she should stick with us. So we're kinda stuck with Lisa. And I found out from watching a speedrunning video that there's a way to actually sequence break to skip this escort quest. But if you do that, Lisa actually shows up in the final boss fight. Which makes the final boss fight trivial, because what Lisa does is heals party members. Oh, now Adol has Stinger. Okay, let's poke around it a bit before heading in that little side passage back there. I think I know the answer already, but yeah, this really began to look like progress. Oh yeah, definitely progress. Well, I'm not gonna turn down a level anyway. Yeah, and I went uncomfortably far forward before I realized what I was doing. Sorry to pad out the video like this, but for some reason these dungeons between these dungeons between Sol Galba, the first fight with him, and the final dungeon kinda are a bit fuzzy for me for some reason. Like, I remember what happens in each of the dungeons and just the general stuff that went on, but not the actual shape of them. And this one especially because, hate to say it, but the Colonia Weapon Lab doesn't really have that many distinguishing features. Aside from the enemies that you can only kill with Adol. Of course, that just fits the theme of Adol's entire career, which is killing things that nobody thinks are killable. Let's see, which one was it? Oh yeah. Had trouble deciding for some reason. In the absence of any environmental obstacles, go with the Spirit Cape, you need health. So one of the things I found out, and the reason that Japanese audio was patched in, I guess, is because this game has apparently been released for the PlayStation 4 for some reason or another. I don't know why you do this right now, especially when it has to compete against PlayStation 4 native RPGs like the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm going to be waiting on that one until I have a better picture of whether or not they're actually going to be completing the game. But I have to admit, it looks pretty grand. Final Fantasy VII is a game that I have played through fairly recently, so this isn't really ever a nostalgia thing when I talk about the game, because I just shot through that thing when I picked it up recently. I didn't really have the kind of dissonance that you have sometimes when you're playing old games and start thinking, oh, was it always like this? Was I just stupid? Because that is a thing that happens sometimes. It's probably one of the reasons I never thought Wanderers from East was any good. Because I didn't play it when it was originally out for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. I started playing that game much later. And I was like, I think I'll stick with Oath and Felghana. Yeah, it's not like the difference between this and, say, Dawn of East, where there are reasons to play Dawn of East and even Mask of the Sun. There's pretty much no reason ever to play Wanderers from the East anymore. I still think that even with Memories of Celceta out, there's still good enough reason to play Dawn of East because it's still a pretty good, well, really good even, Turbo CD action RPG, and I still think there are reasons to play the Turbo CD version of East 1 and 2 because that's the only version of East 1 and 2 that was ever put together like the designers intended. Obtain experience when walking. Oh, so it's a scarf that turns the game into Arthalad. Oh, Arthalad, you weren't as good at as Shining Force, and that's all I'll say about that. I don't know what killed Working Designs more, their desire to localize Arthalad or the desire to localize Rolancer. Specifically the games that were a direct sequel to the first game, which was never localized. Probably would have done better localizing Landresser Dramatic Edition or something. Yeah, back in the day, Working Designs got a lot of credit for bringing over a lot of niche or obscure RPGs, but their stock has somewhat fallen in recent years. Now that people have become aware of how much Working Designs changed everything about the games they localized, from the script to the gameplay, I don't know which is more egregious, because what they did to the gameplay in a lot of the games they localized was atrocious, and there's actually a series of fan patches and ROM hacks called the Unworked Designs hacks that remove a lot of the changes that Working Designs made to the games they localized. And a lot of the times, the changes they made the games they brought over intensely harder for basically no good reason. They really messed with a lot of the gameplay balance that was present in other versions of the games, like especially things like Elemental Elemental Gearbolt, and Silhouette Mirage. The Sega CD Lunar games, the PlayStation version of Lunar the Silver Star. It was really just a big mess, and I'm sure Victor Ireland will defend it to the death. The way I see it, Xseed Games does the work of localizing niche and obscure RPGs without making the horrendous changes that Working Designs used to the gameplay and game script. So I'm going to continue to support Xseed. They brought over Trails in the Sky, which was a job and a half. And as much as I love Trails in the Sky, I don't think I'll ever actually do that for this channel because I don't think that I'll ever have the lifespan required, even if I live to be 200 years to complete a playthrough of that one. Because the difference between playing a game for this channel and playing a game for myself is that playing a game for this channel is a lot more demanding. That was a phone. A lot more demanding. Oh, Lisa, keep up! Than just playing it for myself. Because there are certain expectations you have both on yourself and the audience might have on you to just do it better. So if I was ever going to do one of Trails in the Sky, I'd probably feel pressured to do all of the quests, all the side quests, which are time-gated. Okay, we got a Sunstone, and that's an extremely important item, and we're going to be seeing the use for that actually very soon. Like, next video soon, I'm pretty sure. There are only 3 of them in the game, and there's a very good reason that their numbers are limited. Keep up, Giles. Lisa. By the way, if you know what Elemental Gearbolt is, you're probably the correct sort of audience to watch playthroughs of Ys games. I'm just gonna say that much. Yeah, it looks like I had to get closer for that guy. Hold on, stuff I haven't explored. I don't think that Xseed would have ever made the same mistakes in localizing Ys 8 that NIS did, because the localization of Ys 8 was a shit show, and it was so bad that Falcom actually asked NIS to go back and retranslate the whole thing. I've never heard of anything like that happening before, as long as I've been playing video games. Yeah, I definitely forgot how long this dungeon was. The thing is, I don't actually remember the final dungeon of this game being particularly long, which is a strange thing for an Ys game, especially in light of Ys 1 and 2. Okay, this is a pretty nasty room because you have the regular monsters combined with the door monster from Ark of Nepishtim here. But one super move is enough to take care of it. Oh! Okay. If I remember correctly, what's past this door is a pretty long story sequence, so I'm just going to drop a save here, and we are going to pick up next time. See you then. Goodbye.